So, former National Security Advisor Susan Rice has been making a lot of headlines lately. If you look at any right-wing forums or websites, they've been acting like she's committed the worst scandal in the history of scandals. So the question is, what exactly did she do? Well, she's accused of improperly unmasking Trump campaign officials for politically motivated reasons. When I heard that, I had one question. What's unmasking? Or at least, what does unmasking mean in this context? So I did a bit of research to find out, and I'm going to try to explain it as best as I can. So the NSA, which is what Susan Rice was the head of, in theory, is only allowed to spy on foreign agents and not U.S. citizens. So let's say Person A is a foreign agent that the NSA is spying on. Person A will be played by Vladimir Putin, of course, as you can see that. So anyway, Person A is this foreign agent the NSA is spying on, and that is allowed by U.S. law. So the NSA is watching this person, and they're getting some juicy intel, but then, what's this? Person A is talking to an American citizen, who will hence be referred to as Person B, while being spied on. So the NSA, they're getting this juicy information, and they still want to hear the conversation, but they're not supposed to spy on a U.S. citizen. So what do? Well, to protect the privacy of this citizen, they conceal or mask their identity within the intelligence reports. So basically, like, even among the people who work for the NSA and the FBI, when they send around the report on what happened, the American will remain anonymous. But what Susan Rice did was reveal or unmask the identities of several Trump associates who were caught in surveillance by the NSA intelligence reports. And I want to stress that by unmasking them, she only revealed their names to the people in the government who are watching this. So she revealed it to these security departments, but she did not reveal those names to the public. And that's an important distinction to make. So, but you might be thinking, okay, well, they're supposed to mask their identities, and she unmasked them. So isn't that a crime? Well, probably not. You see, Susan Rice is one of 20 people who have the authority to, quote-unquote, unmask people who meet certain criteria. For example, if that person was working for a foreign power, if they're committing a crime, or if their identity is necessary for understanding the reports, or several other reasons, then you're allowed to unmask them. So if the Trump people she unmasked met any of those criteria, Susan Rice would be perfectly within her legal authority to unmask them. However, if she wasn't motivated to unmask them for any legal criteria, and instead did the unmasking for political reasons, that would be a big crime. And further muddying the waters is when Nunes leaked the info of the unmasking to the public. That she was interviewed on the news, and this happened.
But in the last few hours, we've been following a disclosure by the chairman of the House Intelligence Committee, Devin Nunes, that in essence, during the final days of the Obama administration, during the transition after President Trump had been elected, that he and the people around him may have been caught up in surveillance of foreign individuals and that their identities may have been disclosed. Do you know anything about this?
I know nothing about this.
Considering that we now know for a fact that she had a hand in unmasking Trump officials, it looked like she just lied on national TV. I mean, she's since claimed that she was just saying that she didn't know which specific report Nunes was referring to. Also, she may have been more than a little flustered that Nunes would so publicly leak classified information. But it still doesn't look good for her. So there is some plausible deniability that she just misunderstood the question, but it looks like she lied. And while lying on TV isn't a crime, it does make her look suspicious as fuck. So, was she politically motivated when she unmasked those Trump officials? Well, I don't know. It seems like she doesn't like Trump, that much is clear. But what's not clear is whether she did the unmasking because she was just doing her job, or as a fuck you to Trump, Or maybe somewhere in between. Maybe it was a bit of both. Maybe she felt like it was best for her job, but she also felt like it would screw over Trump. And we can't just assume that because she didn't like Trump, any investigation she did of someone involved with Trump is wrong. And I wouldn't want someone in their position to not do their job just to avoid seeming biased. So the thing is, how could we tell whether or not she was politically motivated? Well, we can't read her mind, and I doubt they're going to have her take a lie detector test. So unless she was stupid enough to have told other people that she did it for political reasons, the only way to prove that she was politically motivated would be to show that unmasking them was just totally unjustified, totally the wrong move, and that the only possible reason she could have, unmasked them were political reasons. That was the only possible reason she could have had. But I think let's sit back here and ask, what's the real reason for all this acrimony, all this outrage against Susan Rice? She's already out of office, after all, and this doesn't seem like this huge. It seems like at most, it's an ethics violation, which isn't good, but it's not the scandal of the century, Trevor. So why are they so, hyped up about this? Well, it all makes sense if you think of it from the perspective of a Trump supporter. I'm going to put myself in their position. You've been on the defensive with Russia. You've been on the defensive. You've been defending Trump from this Russia shit for the last 5 months. And it's getting tiring. But then you remember, you think back, and you remember how fun it was during the campaign against Clinton, being on the offensive, on the attack. You get nostalgic about chanting, lock her up, lock her up, lock her up, and hashtag Hillary for prison. But the thing is, Hillary hasn't been relevant for months, so that road's a dead end. But then you hear about this new person who may have committed somewhat of a crime, Susan Rice, and you think, hey, maybe she can be our new Hillary Clinton, and we can be on the attack again. And plus, you get to kill two birds with one stone, because since what she did involves the Russia scandal, you can also use that as a good deflection from the Russia scandal. But I think when you really look at this, I don't see it going muchwhere. I don't really see this going anywhere. So I think this is honestly kind of a dead end, the Susan Rice thing. So please comment on the video and tell me what you think. I'd be glad to have a discussion. If you come in wanting to have a discussion, if you come in and you're obviously trolling, I'm just going to ignore you. So go ahead and do that if you want, but it's not really going to get you anything. So yes, that's my video. And once again, I don't know how to end it, so I'm just going to end it now.